Please go wild for the wonderful Joe Foster!
Hello! Hello everybody, how's it going? It's lovely to be here, lovely to be here. My name's Joe Foster. I work in a school, probably shouldn't. Woo! Yeah, I shouldn't really work in a school, yeah. Shouldn't work in a school because the other day I found out that two teenagers were going to have a fight and I immediately decided which one I wanted to win. It's lovely to be here. I mean, I will be using you guys as a little bit of a distraction tonight, to be honest, because I'm trying to give up smoking and I'm trying to give up vaping, but I keep just doing both all the time. It's hard, mate. It's hard to give up smoking at the moment because I don't know whether you've heard, obviously, especially if you're doing it with vapes, smokers are really arrogant at the moment because vapes have just started killing people. So smokers are like... At the moment, smokers are like vegans if vegans only ate asbestos. Arrogant smokers. I was in a pub garden with my friend the other day. I was vaping, had a lit cigarette in his mouth. He looked at me and went, "You want to cut that shit out, mate? You want to cut that shit out? It's been killing people in America." So I Googled it, and it turned out that in America last year, 175 people died because of electric cigarettes. But also in America last year, 184 people died because of homemade roller coasters. What's the real threat? I mean, it's nice to be in Brighton. It's lovely to be in Brighton. I live in Brighton. It's nice. No. It's nice. It's nice. I'm in Brighton, so I'm in Brighton a lot, and then occasionally I like to go somewhere that doesn't smell of weed. That's just break it up. Do you know what I mean? A lot of weed knocking around in Brighton. They're trying to legalise weed in Brighton. I'm not sure what would objectively be the difference, really. I don't know, man. What would it? I smelt weed in the fucking opticians the other day. So much weed. I actually shared a flat with a man in Brighton who smoked so much weed I'm not sure he ever existed, really. He used to come out of his room once a day at midnight, and me and my girlfriend would be in our bedroom, we'd go, "Oh my God, here he comes." It's like spring watch. And then we'd run out and pin him down and tag him for conservation purposes. And he'd be going, "Meh, meh." And we'd let him run off into the undergrowth. Let's go and watch all the rush hour films or whatever he was going to do. The moral of that story is never move in with a man you met on a zip line. It's nice to be around people, man. I didn't do anything today. I watched Luther. Did you guys like Luther? Yeah, I watched like 3 episodes of Luther and now I feel like a psycho. It was nice. It was that one, you would have seen it. There's like a guy who's like a tradesman guy and he goes out at night and he murders people, right? And there's a scene where his wife's in the police interview room and Luther comes in and he goes, "Your husband is a serial killer." And his wife goes, "No," like that. And I was watching that with my girlfriend and she looked at the screen and went, "What a fucking mug." He goes out every night with some kind of dubious excuse. She's got no idea there's anything going on. And I said, "Yeah, you're right, that is ridiculous." Anyway, I'm just going to head off to my comedy show. That definitely fucking exists, doesn't it? Now I've planted the seed, I'll just carry it on, you know, wake up tomorrow morning and do something really fucked up, like have a bath in the dark. Just have a bath in the dark whilst gently humming "Today's the Day the Teddy Bears Have Their Picnic." So that when she wakes up, all she can hear from the bathroom is... Now, what I really like about that bit is the 75% of you looking at me going, is he going to do the whole fucking song? But yeah, it's good. I like watching TV with my girlfriend. It's nice. Well, there is a bit of a problem with it. So basically, she doesn't really know who anyone is, right? I'll give you an example. The other day, we were watching a film, and then after the film, she came up to me and said, what was that film we just watched? Where Greg Wallace gets locked in the basement. Took me about 15 minutes to realise we just watched Pulp Fiction. She confused Greg Wallace with Bruce Willis. But I do try and do nice things, you know, take her out for dinner and stuff. It was Valentine's Day last week. I took her out, you know, it's nice, isn't it? Took her to KFC. Took her to KFC, and we were eating KFC, and in the middle of it, my girlfriend, she stopped eating KFC, and she looked up at me and said, I bet when you propose, it's going to be really shit. And I said, well, I think someone needs to check the bottom of their gravy. So we're getting married in June. It's nice. It's good to be in a city, man. I've done a lot of gigs recently in the countryside, and I hate those fucking weirdos. Right? I can't do it. I think even if you're normal, you move there and it turns you weird. Doesn't it? My friend's mum moved down to Cornwall to retire. She rang me the other day saying she'd seen a ghost. Which did get me thinking, why do ghosts tend to target people with not that much going on? Never targeting anyone busy, are they, ghosts? Always someone just fucking around in their pyjamas, waiting for something to happen. So they got a ghost, she's got a job, she's a maid. A lot of ghosts have jobs, that's weird, isn't it? They're never smashing it, though, are they? You'd never be leaving work on a Friday and your friend would be like, what are you up to? Well, actually, I'm going to that abandoned building in the financial district. I'd be like, huh, stay off the 8th floor, mate. You don't want to run into John, the regional head of sales. I realised recently that the jobs of now are going to be the ghosts of the future. How shit is that? Imagine that. Paying for a ghost tour in Brighton, standing in the street in the rain while some wanker goes, hello and welcome to the most haunted street in Brighton. And if you listen carefully, you might just hear the jingling, jangling chains of Deliveroo Nick. She's missing her engagement ring finger, the ghost, which my friend's mum thinks means she died of a broken heart, which is a classic ghost. Woo! It's a classic ghost, yeah. They never die of anything anyone really dies of, though, do they? Sort of headless Bill. No arm Nick. It's never like, oh my God, who's that in the window? It's Diabetes Nathan. Change it up, do you know what I mean? I'm in my 30s now, that's quite annoying. Quite annoying, man. I'm different, I'm changing, man. I'm changing, I've started doing things I never did before, like whenever I walk into an Italian restaurant, I'll always refer to the owner by his first name. Never did that before. So I walk in and go, Angelo, I'll have the usual, please. And he always brings me something different because he doesn't really know who I am. The sense of power that I get from that is mental. I've got a baby seat in my car. I don't have a baby. Weird, isn't it? I said to my girlfriend, I was like, why you bought a baby seat? That's really creepy. She was like, well, obviously so we can give our friends with babies lifts. And I said, yeah, but when you say it, that sounds plausible. But when I've been pulled over on the side of the M25, and the guy goes, where's your baby? Can't exactly be like, oh, don't worry about that, officer. That's just for when I put other people's children in my car. Ridiculous. Can't do anything fun. Went to Munich. That was a mistake. Nothing wrong with Munich, do you know what I mean? But like, I went there and the people were nice and all the systems worked and I had to fucking come back here. Pain, innit? Got there, my flight was delayed 4 hours, had to get the midnight train from Gatwick. When did the midnight train become such a wretched hive of scum and villainy? You know what I mean? You push that little button to open the door and then on the other side there's just a man covered in sick. And in any other situation you'd help him up, but on the train you're like, fucking just step over him, do you know what I mean? The train has him now. I was just sat there. And then, as if sent by Satan himself, a man with a guitar entered the carriage.
Always on that train. Always the same man on the train.
Who are those people, mate? Who are they?
Brighton to Galloway.
Also, they're always dressed the same, aren't they? Like, pork pie hat, leather, trench coat, Thundercats t-shirt. It's like someone asked AI to show them who drinks Dune Bar. You know what I mean? Then we got an announcement. You always get an announcement on the train, don't you? You always get an announcement from the saddest man in the universe. He comes on and he goes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I should never have married Janine. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your first station stop, Gatwick Airport, where the train will divide in accordance with ancient law. If you'd like to get home this evening, please remain in a carriage that's number is divisible by pi. All other carriages will proceed directly to Hades. Thanks, one guy. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Mate, I've got to be on TikTok as well. It's a fucking pain in the arse. I'm on TikTok. All comedians have got to be on TikTok now. Shit. It'd be nice, like, any of you log on to TikTok, you know what I mean? You'd get, like, videos of, like, skiing dogs or something like that. Something fun, do you know what I mean? But TikTok seems to think I'm having some kind of mental breakdown. So I just get fucking life coach after life coach after life coach, mate. Literally every time I pick up my phone, there's just a man staring at me going, how was your weekend, mate? I know how your weekend was. 12 pints of Stella, a couple of bags of the old devil's dandruff. I wake up 12 hours later with 27 missed calls. You've missed your daughter's christening, South America. Just looking at my phone like, no. I made a ratatouille last night, mate. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And they're always trying to sell me Huel. What is Huel? What is Huel? My friend's doing it. It's like a meal replacement thing. He said the other day, I'm actually feeling a lot more alert. I said, mate, you're fucking starving. Huel. I know what Huel is. It's just Slim Fast for cunts, isn't it? Huel. Huel, man. Can't do anything now, nothing's happening. Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on in my social group. WhatsApp group is dead. Nothing's happening, mate. I put stuff on there every now and again. Come on, guys, let's go out like we used to go out. They're all like, no, actually, there's a cost of living crisis on, Joe. Rather than doing something expensive like a night out, why don't we just go to a Pizza Hut? And I say, well, maybe because I'm trying to organise something fun, not meet my biological father for the first time. Fucking Pizza Hut, mate. Is that it for me, Pizza Hut now? Is that it for me, Pizza Hut, right? Yeah, brilliant, great, thanks. In your 20s, you get your nightclubs, you get your house parties, you get your pubs. Hit 30, why don't you go sit in Pizza Hut, mate? You can do that for a decade, and then it's the Garden Centre Cafe till the sweet release of death! I was in one the other day. What are garden centres? What are they? How did this happen? Who was the first person to go, oh, do you fancy going out today? Yeah, where do you want to go? I'd like to go to an enclosed space with a breeze, actually. That sells cottage pie and horse shit. It's frequented only by everyone that's ever worked in Midsummer Murders. And exclusively staffed by women that look like Robbie Coltrane. Supposed to get new friends now. I can't get new friends now. Stuck with the morons I've already got. And they're weird. Found out the other day one of them likes romantic porn. Romantic porn. Now I want you all to stop. And I want you to imagine watching porn. And then I want you to imagine finishing watching porn. And then I want you to imagine just putting the laptop down and going, oh. I hope they stay together. It's the single ones that get me. They're weird, mate. My friends that are single, they're odd. I was in a bar the other day. One of them walked up to this group of girls and said, excuse me, girls. Sorry to bother you. I just wanted to get your opinion on something because I was just chatting to my friend over there. Because he says that my new facial hair makes me look a little bit like Tom Hardy. Gross, isn't it? Disgusting. But I think you'd have a bit more luck if you used someone a little bit more unexpected. Like, I'd love to see a guy walk up to a group of girls in a bar and say, excuse me, girls, sorry to bother you. Just wanted to get your opinion on something because I was just chatting to my friend over there. Because he says that my new facial hair makes me look a little bit like Robert Mugabe. It's nice to see there's some Robert Mugabe fans in Brighton. Not expect that. Now, Robert Mugabe has his critics. But he also has a name that fits perfectly into every song that has ever existed, so that's how I'm going to end. Robert Mugabe, yeah, rock your body. Mugabe once told me the world is gonna roll me. Oh, I wanna dance with Mugabe. I wanna feel the heat with Mugabe. Yeah, I wanna dance with Mugabe. With Mugabe. I'm Mugabe girls. I'm blue Mugabe dabba. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. Gonna wanna rinse and sound, gonna wanna rinse and sound, gonna wanna rinse and sound. Mugabe, Mugabe. Mugabe is all that you can say. Years gone by and still words don't come easily. That's weird. Right, I'm going to go in a second, but I got one more. Please feel free to join in if you know it. If you want to go and take a ride with me and smoke weed in the back of the limousine, oh, why do I feel this? Hey, must be my dummy! Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
Joe Foster, everybody! Mate, we'll all be doing it. We'll all be doing it now. So, we're going to have another interval, so go and do what you need to do. Come back in a little while. But before we go, give it up once again for Joe Foster!